Let's talk about Media Encoder for a second. For all the classes, you usually need two versions of your videos. One is going to be the high quality one you upload to Canvas, and the other one we want to upload and share to Slack for all projects. Right? So if you're in any of my classes, even if it doesn't specifically say so in the instructions, go ahead and send them up to Slack so that we can all see what each other are working on. So in After Effects, you can send to Media Encoder. You can also drag things manually into Media Encoder. Sometimes that's necessary because the handoff just doesn't work for one reason or another. So I have a movie here. You could drag from the file browser or from the media browser over here. It's essentially the same thing. So let's re-encode this movie. I'll bring this over. And this is a movie file, but it could be anything. And let's use the YouTube settings. So I'm going to look down here. And we want to make two versions. And this is the nice thing about Media Encoder, is that you can do these, you can set it all up and have the computer make both versions. And so the high quality one will use 1080p, which is our 1920 by 1080. I'll drag that over. I'll get rid of the other one for now. And so that'll be the one that we use and upload to Canvas. And so I'll just put this here for now. And I'll say this is example Canvas movie, right? Obviously name it according to your project and make sure you put your name on there. And I'll call this HQ for high quality. Save that. Great. Now, at the same time, let's grab the YouTube 480p SD wide. And so this will be a much smaller resolution, but you want the SD wide, not the SD, so that it doesn't get distorted or cropped or have black bars. And so we'll drag this one up there too. Great. And we'll call this one the Slack version. Now, that's good. Let's come over here. One more step. We want to make sure the Slack one is not only a smaller resolution, but a smaller file size. How can we tell how big the file size will be? If you click on it, here, the settings, you can look at the bottom of the screen and it'll tell you estimate how big the file size will be. And how big do we want this to be for Slack? Let's go ahead and keep it below 6 megabytes. Okay, that's the absolute max. So let's stay below that and way below that if possible. Great. So how would we adjust this? We don't want to adjust the resolution anymore. We want to scroll down, make sure we're in the video tab, and scroll down to our encoding bit rate. And by lowering the bit rate, we can make the size of the file smaller. And so I'll drag this down and down, and there we go. And so again, this is the one that we're putting on Slack, which most of us are watching on our phones or in a tiny window on our screen, and we're not posting this to the internet. If you did upload to YouTube, you'd want to upload the high quality version. This is just a quick one so we can just quickly see without having to click on a bunch of links, so on and so forth. And so by dialing this down, I'm watching down here until this gets below 6, and then I say, okay, great. Now that both of them are set up, I can encode them both at the same time just by starting the queue, right? The queue is a list, and yeah, we see it doing both of them here at the same time. Let's see how that turned out in my current work, which is here. Here we go. Cool. And we see that the high quality one was 50 and the low quality one 5, right? Again, there's 1,000 kilobytes in 1 megabyte. There's not an easy way to make this megabytes. If anyone knows, by all means, tell me. But that's one piece of math that you need to memorize, right? 1,000 KB in 1 MB. You need to remember that one. And so you can just look at the numbers after the comma, and that'll tell you how many megabytes it is. Because usually we're worried about size in terms of megabytes for this class. Great, so that's how I want everybody to encode things, right? And again, this one will go to Canvas, and this one will go to Slack. and we want to upload for every project to both. There you go.